Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into epithelial tissue. Our goal isn't just, memorizing where things are. We want to understand the basic rules that make this tissue work.
Absolutely. It's fascinating because every epithelium, whether it's skin or lung lining, follows maybe 5 core principles. It's the body's main barrier, fundamentally about containment and control.
Okay, let's dive right in then. Rule 1, dense cellularity. You're saying these cells are packed incredibly tightly.
Yes, shoulder to shoulder. There's very little space between them. Think of it as a continuous sheet.
Almost like paving stones.
Exactly. And that tight packing is essential for its main job being a barrier. If those connections, those junctions between cells fail, the whole barrier can break down. We actually see this in diseases like pemphigus. It's an autoimmune condition where the body attacks the proteins holding cells together.
So the skin literally falls apart.
It becomes incredibly fragile, leading to blisters. It really highlights how vital that seal is.
A biological wall. Okay, rule 2, cellular polarity. So they're not uniform, these cells.
Not at all. They're asymmetric. They have distinct faces or domains. There's the top surface, the apical domain. That's the one facing the outside world or the inside of an organ, the lumen.
And that surface can have special features.
Right, like microvilli, tiny, non-moving projections that massively increase surface area for absorption. Think of the cells lining your small intestine.
Okay.
Or they might have cilia. These are longer, mobile structures that sweep things along, like mucus in your airways, your trachea.
And the other side, the bottom.
That's the basolateral domain. It anchors the cell to the underlying structure, the basement membrane.
So this top and bottom difference, this polarity, allows for, what, specific functions?
Precisely. It enables vectorial transport, moving substances through the cell in a specific direction, absorption one way, secretion the other, like a tiny biological pump.
That sounds complex.
Yeah.
And energy intensive. Where does the fuel come from? Because rule 3 is a vascularity, right?
Correct. A huge constraint. Epithelial tissues don't have their own blood vessels.
No blood supply within the layer itself.
None. All nutrients have to diffuse up from the capillaries in the connective tissue underneath. Waste goes out the same way.
And that limits how thick the epithelium can be.
Absolutely. Diffusion is only effective over short distances.
The cornea is a perfect example, isn't it?
It really is. It has to be avascular for optical clarity, to be transparent.
So it gets everything it needs just from the fluids around it.
Yes, from the aqueous humor inside the eye and the tear film on the outside. All by diffusion.
Incredible. Okay, linked to survival is rule 4. Rapid regeneration. This tissue takes a lot of wear and tear.
Constantly. So it has a very high rate of cell division, mitosis.
Which explains why, say, a small cut on your skin or a scratch on your cornea heals so quickly.
Exactly. Provided the underlying basement membrane isn't too badly damaged, the cells replace themselves rapidly.
But there's a downside to that rapid division.
A significant one. High mitotic activity means more chances for errors, for mutations during DNA replication.
The cancer connection.
Precisely. It's no coincidence that the vast majority of cancers, known as carcinomas, originate in epithelial tissues. That rapid turnover creates risk. It's a fundamental trade-off.
Let's connect structure to function with some examples, like skin versus, say, the inside of the mouth.
Good contrast. Your skin, the epidermis, is stratified squamous keratinized epithelium. Multiple layers, tough, waterproofed with keratin, built for protection.
But the lining of your mouth, or the cornea again.
That's stratified squamous non-keratinized, still layered for protection but without the keratin. It's moist, and in the cornea's case, perfectly transparent and heals without scarring.
Different needs, different structures. What about the airways?
There you often find pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Looks layered, but isn't. It has cilia for moving mucus and cells that secrete mucus.
Which brings us to metaplasia. That's a key clinical point.
Yes. In smokers, for instance, that delicate ciliated tissue in the airways gets chronically irritated.
And it changes.
It can transform that's metaplasia into a tougher type, like stratified squamous epithelium. It's more resistant to the smoke.
But it loses the cilia.
Exactly. So it can't clear mucus effectively anymore. That's the basis of the smoker's cough. The body adapts, but function is lost.
Fascinating and a bit scary. Finally, let's touch on glands. Epithelium also forms glands, right? The body's factories.
2 main types. Endocrine glands are ductless. They secrete hormones directly into the bloodstream or lymph. Think of the thyroid.
And exocrine.
Exocrine glands have ducts. They secrete their products onto a surface, either outside the body or into a cavity. Salivary glands, sweat glands. those are exocrine.
And even how they secrete matters for regeneration.
Absolutely. Take merocrine secretion, like salivary glands use. The cell releases this product via exocytosis, little vesicles fusing with the membrane. The cell itself remains intact.
So relatively low need for replacement.
Right, but contrast that with holocrine secretion. Sebaceous glands, the oil glands in your skin, use this.
How does that work?
The entire cell fills up with the product and then it disintegrates. The whole cell becomes part of the secretion.
The cell sacrifices itself completely.
It does, which means you need incredibly high rates of cell division and regeneration to replace those lost cells constantly.
So looking back at all these rules, what really emerges is this idea of epithelium as the body's ultimate sacrificial barrier.
Constantly wearing away, constantly dying, constantly being replaced, all to protect the organism as a whole.
It really is a perpetual state of, well, sacrifice ensuring equilibrium.
Which maybe leaves us with a thought. What does this constant cycle, this balance between the individual cell dying for the collective body, tell us about how life itself maintains its equilibrium? Something to think about.